here, Mr. Bump and the Knight. Mr. Bump was thoroughly fed up. He did not seem to matter what he did. He always ended up getting bumped and bruised and scraped and scratched. Oh, you want to get to the good bit, do you?
Dad.
Early the next morning, Mr. Bump rushed to the blacksmith to buy himself a suit of armour. Is that like Daddy's and Mummy's helmet? Yeah.
Kat Fort is mum to 1-year-old baby Maria, partner to Paul, and captain of England's first female full-contact medieval fighting team.
When you get into full armour and you get everything on and you're ready to fight, I go into a different kind of zone. I'm not a mummy, I'm a fighter. And for you to get into that headspace is quite relaxing in a strange way. Now, said Mr. Bump, opening the book, what do knights do?
In full-contact medieval fighting, you can kick, you can punch, you can headbutt. The weapons may be blunt, but they're very real, and they hurt. To win, you must use speed and stamina to strike your opponent, or use brute force to knock them to the ground.
That's it, have a wiggle. Being quite a bit of a challenge for myself, obviously getting back to fitness after having a baby. She doesn't leave a lot of time for getting fit. It's really important that your cardio's up to scratch. You need to be able to breathe properly when you're in armour for quite some time and be able to recover yourself. Make sure you do your sword practice. In my case, I've been practising long sword. So Marie's actually been in with my training all along. The only thing obviously she can't help me with is the sword work. With regards to injuries, I'm not worried about getting injured.
I think you have to have full faith in your armour. If you've got confidence and you're willing to step up and fight somebody as hard as you can, then you shouldn't get injured.
Soon, England's women's team will come up against the strongest and most brutal fighters on the planet when they compete at the World Championships in Poland for the very first time.
It's a very male-dominated sport at the moment. To meet all the ladies from all around the world will be great.
And while the opposition can mentally prepare for their fights, Kat and Paul's priority is to meet baby Maria's needs on what will be their first holiday abroad as a family.
You pass me the things out the cupboard. I mean, it's a lot different packing for a special holiday like this compared to going on a normal holiday. Got medieval pottery, wooden plates, small medieval kit for the little girl, and our medieval kit. All of your baby wear, a lot more nappies to go in yet as well. I don't think I'm going to get much packed.
We'll just take it as it comes. We'll do our fighting, do our nappy changing, we'll do our feeding, and see what happens at the end of the day.
That's it.
For the first time in centuries, the majestic turrets of Malbork Castle in Poland cast shadows across scores of medieval tents.
Well, really good numbers of people have turned out to see the closest thing you'll find to a medieval boher in modern times. 500 fighters from 25 nations in this arena. They're about to witness the real Game of Thrones.
After a long journey from Cheshire, Kat, Paul and baby Maria are settling in at England's medieval camp.
You made it!
Made it, yay! She travelled really well, we're very pleased with it. Could have been a lot worse.
Paul, you're not fighting today, so you'll be sort of looking after Maria.
That's the idea.
And is this your weapon, by the way?
This is my long sword for today. Get as many hits on the opponent as you can.
Just 3 millimetres of metal separates Kat from receiving a serious head injury during a fight.
So basically you can't see anything, can you?
Not a lot.
Yeah, go on, hit me with something. Ah! Jeez. You definitely hear that, don't you? Blimey. That's remarkable.
My ears are still ringing and my stomach is turning knots as I watch the powerful fighters Kat is up against in the female longsword category. For some, like Spanish fighter Jose, the scars of battle are quite obvious. Armour is literally held on with cotton or leather ties, so it can fail if struck with a powerful blow.
How much do you know about who you're facing today?
But I'm with USA in Poland, so I think it's the hardest group.
How's Maria been today?
She's looking a bit worried now. When I'm in armour, she doesn't like it.
Does it make it harder?
It'll probably make me fight a bit quicker. And see to you.
Kat, dressed in white surcoat with St George's Cross, faces experienced 25-year-old Polish fighter Agnes. Each duel is the best of 3 rounds, and each round lasts 60 seconds. Every clean strike is 1 point.
Victorious in 3 rounds! You're still catching your breath. How was that?
That was really tiring. I need to beat the next lady now, though, to get through to this next round.
To stay in the running, Kat must beat the USA. Smiling assassin Amy Graham is veteran of 3 international fighting tournaments.
Today, longsword, are you feeling confident?
I'm good. All of these women are half my age. It has focused me like nothing else in this world.
There's a warning for your opponents.
I hope so.
If you had any doubts that this was full contact, think again. This ambulance is suddenly very busy, and the latest man going in the back of it is a Scot. Kat must win this to go through. Fight!
I wouldn't believe how tiring this is. Not breathing and the weight that you're carrying.
Grab hold of that, Kat. Oh yeah.
Come on!
The marshal diving in looks blessed relief for Kat. It's a nervous wait. If she doesn't win this, she's knocked out.
Wow, she won in 2 rounds.
I think you're fighting the living daylights out of Maria when your hand got raised.
With a place in the final at stake, Kat faces 28-year-old Benet from Quebec, an expert swordswoman. Kat gives it everything she's got, but it's not quite enough.
Quebec!
So proud, absolutely so proud.
But there are more battles to come. An exhausted Kat must now rally her England team as there are medals up for grabs in the group fights. To win in this category, you must knock your opponents to the ground. England's women smash their way through the Spanish side.
So the girls are buzzing now and they're guaranteed a place in the finals now.
Next, it's Poland, who have won every fight so far.
Stop fight!
Poland win, but in their first international tournament, the England team gets second place.
Gillian Philbin, Pro Britannia!
Female category, silver, goes to England!
Kat, Rosie, Sophie, and of course Maria go up to collect their hard-fought silverware. England's female knights have done us proud.
Tutaj w Żankach, właściwie